Let us prepare ourselves for this Upanishad. We have to be very alert today to get the question, and we have to think on that. So, my invitation is that after the session is over, 5 minutes at least spend on the question and what we have discussed, because this is experiential knowledge. We will see why we are telling this is experiential. So let us sit straight. For any spiritual sadhana, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasanam, all three. Our body must be still tuned. That is what this Shanti Mantra of Kenopanishad says. If it is disturbing us, distracting us, this knowledge will not become experience. It will remain as information. So let us keep our body still, head, neck, backbone straight. The second instrument for this experience of highest aparokshanubhuti is the mind. So mind must be peaceful. And that is what we learned from the Shanti Mantra is chanted before. For that, it is not only to by heart and learn which Shanti Mantra from which Upanishad, but our mind must be peaceful. And as Gurudev says, peaceful and alert. Then it can pierce and transcend. Otherwise, it will not be able to transcend if it is not sharp, alert, peaceful. It will go towards object, situation, people immediately if it is cross. So I can cross-check in my day-to-day life whether my mind is gross or subtle and sharp, how easily it goes towards situation, objects, people, then it has grosser qualities, and how easily it can get contemplative when we talk about subtle topics and remain there, enjoy it. I may understand, but after understanding, Ranjanam comes, enjoyment, and then Ananda comes, and then abidance comes. So let us withdraw from all unnecessary content of our experience of the past. Future, both do not exist actually in reality. Thought creates time, space. Thought creates past and future. Where there is no thought, like in deep sleep, there is no past and future. There is no time and space. So still body, peaceful, alert, sharp mind. Which doesn't get disturbed, distracted very easily. And a clear intellect to grasp is the sadhana required, and God has given the instruments for realizing itself. So our efforts must go into this. When I'm studying, listening, I must also ask one more question. Am I enjoying? Because once the mind starts enjoying, then it will remain in that conversation. Let us invoke God's grace, Guru Parampara's blessings by chanting loudly together. Om. Om. Om.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शान्ति मंत्र ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणमे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम्
Very nice chanting, Vidya. So we are doing Kenopanishad. We are going to enter into the first mantra today. As we saw highlights till now, Kena means by whom, by what. That is a word meaning of Kena. Now today we will see what is the significance, importance, beauty of this question and this word itself, Kena. Why are we studying? Because Kenopanishad is promising us that it will give us uncaused happiness. That word is very important to contemplate. All our happiness today is caused and it can be lost. What is caused can be lost. From wherever I am getting happiness today, it is subject to loss. Because if that object goes, situation goes, person goes, or the instrument of experiencing that That is the body, mind, intellect goes for a toss, then the happiness goes. So uncaused happiness, unconditional love. Because today, whatever love I have, I say I love this, I love my daughter, I love my family, I love this, love that. But that is having conditions. If there is some change in that, my love would change into hatred. My love can change into anger also. So it's not unconditional love, it is conditional love. It has got mineness or minus. And unruffled peace, because right now my peace is only in deep sleep, or when I listen to these sessions, I start yawning because I feel good. So yawn comes. So this peace also is not, unruffled. It goes into pieces immediately after the session. So much work, peace goes for a toss. But those who have realized this self truth, they say that peace never leaves them. Nisargadatta Maharaj says this peace is like rock-like. It is always there, always experienced. We can see from Ramana Maharshi's photo also that he is always in peace. And so we have to ask ourselves that yes, I want to have it. I want to experience it. That is where the desire comes of a sadhak, which is a mumukshu desire. So when the desire comes, I want to have it, then the next topic what we saw for 2-3 sessions is that what is the qualification required? The qualification required, we saw one interesting word used in Bhashya by Adi Shankaracharya for this Kenopanishad is, I think that we all have discussed in detail, Sadhya Sadhan Virakti. Sadhya Sadhan Virakti. That means I must be now less interested in experiential. Wherever there is experience, then there is knowledge and action both. And wherever there is knowledge and action both are required, then there will be effort, there will be time, and it will be subject to loss. So I'm just making points, but I have to really think that whatever I have achieved or I'm achieving, it is subject to action. And wherever there is action, there is a time. Right now, I do not have it, then I will require to put some efforts, and then time is there, space is there, and if I get it, it is also subject to loss. There is only one entity which is not subject to loss and which can be only accomplished by knowing Om Brahmavid Apnoti Param, Taittiriya Upanishad says, and that is my own self, because my own self is a Siddha Vastu. I already am the self. So now the self is interested in self. Self has to get interested in self. And that's the reason all this introduction of, benefits are given, because spirituality is not sold properly, according to me. Why people are not coming to spiritual knowledge? Even you try outside, because we don't talk about goal. We talk about a lot of technology and this and that and Maya and all. Then people say, no, I don't want it. So the goal has to be very clear. Benefit has to be very clear. So why I'm not experiencing if it is my own self? That is because I am ignorant about it. But now I know what is Atma, but that is only concept. And that is what this Upanishad is going to dismantle this concept. That's the reason this Upanishad is subtle. I have to listen carefully and contemplate on it, because it is here and now. It doesn't give a lot of attributes of Atma. It is going to take us through the experiential method. And then transcending the experience. So to do that, we also last time saw Shanti Mantra explanations and the different Shanti Mantras and the interconnection between them. But the very purpose of this Shanti Mantra is not only to chant, but my mind must be alert, single pointed, peaceful, and then it gets absorbed into it, transcends easily. So till now we saw this much. And now we are going to start the first mantra, but before that, this topic must be understood clearly. If I understand this topic, Kenopanishad becomes very easy. Entire Kenopanishad, as we said, is only two mantras. First mantra question, second mantra answer. For Uttam Adhikari. Then there is Madhyam Adhikari, Kanishta Adhikari are there. Then there is story given for still, because some people find story very interesting. So now we have to pay attention, because actually I was feeling today before taking this class that I should have taken this class in person, because this is now experiential inquiry is going to happen here. So let us start that. So now one question we have to ask, wherever you are sitting, be alert, take a deep breath and complete attention here. And now ask one question, that am I experiencing something? Yes, I'm experiencing something. What am I experiencing? I'm experiencing your sound, which is coming through laptop or mobile phone. Correct? Then I'm experiencing through eyes the PPT on my face. So pay attention now how this, if I understand this topic, what is the topic? How my experience happens. Then Kenopanishad we will understand completely, because to understand question, this is very important. Yeah, so I am experiencing right now, and see here the difference is that we are now going to analyze how our experience happens. Because most of the people have bucket list that I want to see Niagara Falls, I want to go there and eat something, then I want to go there and feel the football match in USA right now. So that is experience list. But right now what we are inquiring is that how this experience is happening first of all. So now the light is coming through the eyes. Now it is here and now. This is not information for us. This is knowledge. So one has to experience it here and now. The light is coming, and then it is coming on my eyes. And then the sound is coming on my ears. And right now be very alert to where you are sitting on the chair. My attention is not on the chair. There is a touch happening of the chair to our thighs and buttocks. I can see the wall in the room. I can see the chair kept in front of me. You can see a lot of objects up behind the laptop and mobile phone kept. So you can see the space. If you are having in between, you have put off your video and having cup of tea or having your dinner, you can experience that taste is coming on the tongue. So now that sound is coming on the ear, the light is coming on the eyes, it is getting inverted image, and now all these sensory inputs get converted into electrical signals. It creates sensation on the body. So how from raw sensation I say, oh, I know it. I experience the taste. I experience this sound. I experience this particular vision. I understood. So now from that, let us take only one, and then you can apply that to taste, smell, touch, and eyes. Because that is the question what is asked. Huh? So let us take only sound. So sound is falling on my ears. It is a sound. It is not word. Please note the difference. Sound is falling on my ears. Then the eye There is a membrane here, it vibrates, it creates into electrical signals. That electrical signals are transferred to the brain. How much process is happening? And all this process is happening so fast that we miss to notice it. So after this class today, those who are really interested in experiencing, I must sit and see entire process happening. The electrical signals are reaching the brain. Now the brain processing starts. Now the brain, there are various centers of memory, emotions, words, numbers, and those electrical signals are given to the mind. Now please note, I will repeat this twice. The science today believes that there is a mind, but how the brain transfer this to mind and how the mind transfers this to the brain, it is still not known. How the thought is created in the mind. It is still a mystery. You can read all neuroscience possible, but they are not able to figure out that. And then I say, oh, this is Prasad. This is his face. This is what I'm sound, and the sound gets converted into the word. And then word, I give a meaning to it, and I say, I understood. I don't like it. I liked it. So all the drama starts. Senses gather data, that's all. Mind organizes it and intellect interprets it. But still the mystery remains where the science asks that where I get that I feel this particular experience. I am conscious of this experience that science is not able to explain. Biology is not able to explain. Yeah, I am having this experience of listening to Kenopanishad. I am understanding, I am feeling the chair, sofa which I am sitting, I am tasting something in the mouth. That is not understood yet. So even after the brain processes signal, one mystery remains, that where is that felt experience comes? Oh, I feel it. Yes, it is true. And I give reality to it. And the brain is dark. The electrical signals, how they get converted into thought. Nobody knows. There is an inverted image comes on the eyes. It gets how it becomes straight in the brain. Who knows? And then we are giving so much reality to the world and say, oh, this is so beautiful. This is so real. Now we have to listen where this question is asking the Keneshitam. And then Vedanta comes and adds here that okay, there is a consciousness illumines it. Now science doesn't accept consciousness and it gives sentiency to the brain, the thought, the sensations. Because the science also says that these are all inert and they come together and that's the reason that consciousness is created. So please note, science says that brain creates consciousness. And Vedanta says what Vedanta is going to say now with this question we will ask. So today, this week, entire homework is that do not get fascinated by what you are seeing, what is the taste and whether the filter coffee is nice or sweet hai, ya fir what you see the color. You see now from Kenopanishad question that how am I having that experience? Where is that brain converting into thought? And once I put my attention into it, slowly, slowly it will start becoming clearer to me how a thought illumines. So now very important point, we never experience the outside world directly. Number one, I only experience brain's interpretation appearing in the mind as a thought. That's all. I have never touched an object because what I know as an object is only a thought. If there is no thought, no world. How can you say so? Because when we go to deep sleep, there is no world, there is no I, there is no body, there is no mind. So where is the world located? In the thought. And that's the reason they say that vichar badla, jag badle. Change your thought. Now, thought only is identifying with body, mind, intellect. If that thought changes and turns towards its source, that is what we are going to do in Kenopanishad. Now, we are not interested in the outside world. We are interested how that thought, when I say, oh, I know this is my opinion, this is it. That thought itself is inert. How can the inert thought know? I will repeat it twice. Any inert and sentient and insentient, the difference which comes in 8th standard biology book. Inert thing cannot know itself and others. So how does the thought know? And I'm so confident I'm working on the thought. This is my emotion. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to do this. I like this. I don't like this. No, that inquiry we are not having here. We are inquiring that thought which is telling me that I know this or I don't know this, both are thoughts, that is illumined by consciousness. So what is an experience equation? Object. Object means situation, person. Plus there has to be a thought formation. If there is no thought formation, there is no knowledge, there is no experience. And the consciousness must be there to illuminate. So from today, we must be interested in this experience happening rather than variety of experiences. Then the journey of a spiritual sadhak starts. This is where the Keneshitam, the student who is coming to ask the teacher, he is not interested in all those kind of things. He is interested in that. And he has observed some kind of phenomena that we will see. So for any experience to happen, there has to be three things: experiencer, experiencing, experienced. Experienced is the object. There are outside objects, situations, people, and those are experienced by the senses. The senses experience it. But I know what is happening in the mind. Suppose my earache is happening, suppose my eyes are paining, there is a cataract, or I am not having the taste in the fever, that is known by the mind. No, I know I am hurt, I am happy, I am sad, I am disturbed. Today I understood. Today my mind was not, happy mind. So that is also understood by the intellect. I understood, I didn't understand. That also I understand. And that is illumined by the consciousness. So the experiencer I, the experience, the object, and the experiencing relationship. That is what is the question coming is that what is that? By whom? By what it gets illumined? Now here you might say, oh, it is very simple. Atma illumines it. Consciousness illumines it. But Guru is not going to give that answer because the moment I say Atma illumines, consciousness illumines, consciousness and Atma becomes word. Yeah, I know definition of Atma by heart. Panchakoshatita, avasthatraya sakshi. And that is a problem which has been dismantled here in Kenopanishad because one of the big challenge for spiritual sadhak, I have to listen to this carefully. The spiritual sadhak forms concepts about Atma, consciousness, and it gets stuck into it. And Kenopanishad is going to dismantle this concept for us. And that's the reason the tagline for Upanishad is the self, if I have to discover, it is different from the known and beyond unknown. It cannot be known. What is the conclusion? You are not just having experience. You are the one in whose presence all experiences happen. Very, very, very important. So in Atma Shatkam, in Nirvana Shatkam, Adi Shankaracharya says, Aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta. I am neither the experiencer, neither the experiencing, neither the experienced. Then who am I? I am that Shivoham Shivoham, that which illumines these experiences. Because experiences come and go. I remain. So in the deep sleep, it is not absence of awareness. There is awareness of absence. But there is awareness. There is illumination of that absence. So if I understand this, I understand Kenopanishad very easily. How experience happen. Because the question what is going to come now, that analysis of the question itself will take today's session. Answer will come next session. So I would request Vidya to chant the first mantra twice. Let us chant thrice, three times, because this is the core of the entire Kenopanishad.
ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणः प्रथमः प्रैतियुक्तः केनेषितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षुश्रोत्रं क उदेवो युनक्ति ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणः प्रथमः प्रैतियुक्तः केनेषितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षुश्रोत्रं क उदेवो युनक्ति ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणः प्रथमः प्रैतियुक्तः केनेषितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षुश्रोत्रं क उदेवो युनक्ति.
Very nice. So now this is a question asked by a student who has got the qualification of Sadhya Sadhana Virakti. He has approached the teacher and asking this question. The disciple who has lived, the disciple name is not given in this, and the Guru's name also is not given because that is unimportant here. Now the disciple has lived intelligently. So we have to live life intelligently and now be interested how this experience is happening. I am so attached to my experience and I have created so much dislike, desire, vasanas on that experiences only. But I have never questioned how this experience happens. And here the student is going beyond how the experience happened because he has studied how the experience happened. Examined all the experiences and has understood two things. That this world cannot give me permanent happiness. Because if experience is my parameter for happiness, experience changes. The same thing doesn't give me happiness again and again. Today I get happiness from one thing, one situation, one person. Tomorrow I don't get happiness from that person, that situation, that object. So, Om. What is the question? Kene shitam padati preshitam mana. By whose will do the mind proceed to its object? Now, what is the meaning of this? That we will see. Now, we will see only the question literally. So, the question to understand itself is very important here. By whose will mind proceeds? My own will. But who am I? At whose command does the prana, the foremost, kena prana prathamaha, do its duty? Do its duty means we are not doing breathing. Breathing is happening on its own. Why that prathama? Because I think most of us would know, or maybe it's interesting to note that when does the child takes the first breath? The child doesn't breathe in the stomach because the child's has lungs, but it is filled with fluids. And it is an umbilical cord of the mother, that fluid goes up and down. So it is felt that the child is breathing inside. The first breath the child takes when it comes out, when it experiences temperature change, sound change, and then the child takes the breath. And it happens. No, today even no, today I can take my own breath. Take a deep breath. See, I can take my will. No, but when you are sleeping, who is doing breathing for us? And it is called as a duty because if the breath goes out, just put a focus honestly and just be attentive here that if the breath goes out and doesn't do its duty to come inside, gone. What is Atma and what is life and what is liberation, what is moksha? Gone. Know what Kenopanishad, by heart, all stress, all tension, all future, past, family, everything finished. So that's the reason at whose command this prana, the foremost. Foremost means the breath on which the entire body is hanging. That hanging word is important. It is only one thread like a breath. And we are not even aware of it, how the breath is happening. And who takes the first breath? No, the child has the will, the child has the knowledge. The child, when it is born, it thinks now I have to take a breath. No. The child takes first breath automatically. By whose will? At whose will do human utter speech make sound? No, I utter speech by my own will. Because I want to shout on my somebody, it is my will. It's the age old question, free will and destiny. Suppose tomorrow I come to your place or you come to my place. By whose will have you come? You will say, I have come with my will. With whose will are you talking? I am talking with my will. That we will see how Adi Shankaracharya has objected and Nanu comes in the Bhashya. Who is the God that directs the eyes and ears? Chakshu Kshotram Kau Devo Yunakti. Now, this is only the literal meaning of the mantra. Now we will analyze the question from where this question is coming directly. And that's the reason Kenopanishad is very beautiful. I personally liked it because no cock and bull stories, no here and there, direct inquiry, first mantra itself. So now our job is to analyze the question first of all, and second mantra is the answer. So mana means here referring to mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all four. Mana means inner instruments which are referred to. Mind, mana means only not mind. It includes mind as four parts. And these four parts are basically made up of thoughts only. They are distinguished only with their functions. How? Take yourself. You are one person, but you are a wife, you are a mother, you are a daughter, you are a sister, and there are different functions. You are doing only one entity. Similarly, this mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar is only functionally different. Ahankar means that I notion. Then there is I thought. Chitta means memory thought. Buddhi means discrimination thought. And mind means feeling thought. But they get mixed up so fast that we are not able to distinguish. But I have to sit, I have to make my mind peaceful and then analyze one. Oh, this thought came. Let me see the structure of thought. Okay, let me see the texture of thought. Now I know by heart, but I have to feel it. If I don't do it, this will remain as an information. So I mentioned that this is an experiential Upanishad. Now, this student here, disciple, is not interested in knowing what is mind. No, why I'm getting hurt, why I'm getting angry, then why I'm happy, why I'm sad, I want to overcome sadness, I want to overcome hurt, I want to control my mind, I want to manage my emotions, I want to see that, I want to control my senses which are going towards the object. No, I'm not interested in all that. Student here is not interested in these topics. I am interested to know by what power the mind is functioning. Very important one. No, what power means I only have the power. Now, one, please think, take a deep breath and stop writing and then listen here. Now, please think quietly now. There is a thought comes. I want to watch a movie on the TV. Another thought comes, I want to attend Kenopanishad session or I want to read a book. So there are two thoughts. One thought, I want to watch a movie. Then another thought comes, no, no, I want to read these notes on Kenopanishad, for example. Now, what decision I take, which thought I select. So most of us think that there is a thinker. Now, please listen carefully. There is a thinker who is there behind the thoughts. And then one thought comes, I want to watch a movie. Another thought comes, I want to read Upanishad. And there is a thinker who decides. Thinker also is a thought. Here I cannot ask whether it is becoming heavy because it is experiential. I have to just close my eyes and see what is happening. How do I decide? Which I decides? So there is no entity here which is between two thoughts which decides. It just happens. That is what this disciple has realized, that thought just happened by itself, including I thought. Prana. All five pranas are functioning on its own. The thoughts are happening on its own. The desires are coming on its own. The vasanas are there inside. And thought is inert. How can inert will have power to decide? Even the I thought is inert. Very, very, very powerful one. No, 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 I am hurt, I am angry, I am like this, I am like this, and the other person is like this. World, I am not interested in all this. Who is this I? The I is a thought and thought is inert. How can inert decide? That is what the disciple is meaning here. Because disciple has experienced all these things and is confused that preshitam mana. And there are two words here, preshitam and ishitam. That difference we will see. What is the difference between two? Watch all organs of actions, not keen on speech and what kind of talk, satyam, priyam, hitam, mitam. No, I want to control my talk. I talk too much. I don't talk. I am very scared of talking. I have presentation fear. No, I'm not interested in. All those questions are not asked how the talk and what is the speech and all. What is that power which, what is that power means? Suppose one example is given. Suppose a child comes to you and says that, I want this gulab jam. And if you ask him, Kene shitam manaha, he said, no, no, my hunger is the power which is bringing there. Why are you asking all these questions? Chakshu sotram, all senses, not keen on what is seen and what is heard, or I want to, see this bucket list. I want to experience more and more. I want to possess more and more. So, what is the inquiry? I have 1 more minute, so I'll take one more slide. What is the real question? केने शितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणः प्रथम प्रैतियुक्तः केने शितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षु श्रोत्रं कौ देवो युनक्ति. So I am not interested what the eyes are seeing, what the ears are hearing, what the tongue is tasting, what the thoughts are coming, what feelings are coming, because I have realized that these are all inert, insentient. That is what is a discovery of the disciple. That is very, very, very important to understand the question. And they are happening on their own. I do not have control. I think that I have control, but who has the control? Suddenly the breath goes out, stops, doesn't come inside. Who has the control? No, no, I have control on my thoughts. See, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. But who is Preshitam? Who is commanding to say that? No, no, I say that, but I is what? Question. What is the force behind all questions? That is the question. Mind thinks, but who enables thinking? Breath flows, but what powers life? Speech happens, but what gives expression? Senses perceive, but who is the perceiver behind them? What is that factor which propels my desiring, thinking, feeling, acting? That is the question. Why are you asking this question? Just eat gulab jam, have dinner, enjoy whether it is right, good or bad, and then keep talking about the experiences. I like this, I don't like this, this is right, this is wrong. I want to experience this. Why you are interested in this question? So that we will see next time. The question itself is very heavy here. And it shifts the entire attention from our experience outside. And that's the reason Upanishad demands, invites, commands that I must sit quietly with closed eyes and then check how my experience is happening, from where this thought is coming, what is the thought, what is the texture of a thought, can I touch the thought? When I go in search of the mind, there is no mind only. When I go in search of I, there is no I only. Very, very powerful. And when I go in search of this, I reach the power. That is what is the process given here. So this Upanishad is now inviting that withdraw the attention from the experiencing, and then focus on the experiencer and how the whole thing is happening. And there are 2, 3 slides now on the question itself. And there is a Bhashya of Adi Shankaracharya which gives objection to this. Why are you asking this question? This question is invalid. That also we will see that he gives question also, and he gives answer also. So you have realized that this Upanishad is different, huh? This is experiential. Here now I can just sit and keep thinking. That is contemplation. And that is meditation. It will lead to meditation. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.